All right, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for everyone. And today, what I have for everyone is the full software walkthrough for my iPhone XR. Okay, so here y'all gonna see exactly how I have my device set up. We're gonna go over some different settings and features that maybe you guys and gals didn't know about or you didn't know where it is. And I'm just gonna talk about how I feel about the iOS 15.2 software on the whole, because I am running the latest version of iOS 15.2. But without further ado, I hope you guys and gals found this video helpful, and let's jump right into it. So starting off here, you can see how I have my two main home screens set up, right? I got a social media folder. I have a finances folder. Now, my finances folder is the same on my two primary devices, but when I move my main SIM over to the device that I'm going to be using, I generally uninstall all my financial apps. So we are now done using the iPhone XR with the main SIM. So I took all my financial apps off. Okay. And you can tell that because if I swipe down, you see the free up mobile AT&T SIM is in. That's my data only SIM, or that's how I use it anyway. Even though there's a number associated to it, I use it for pretty much data and testing purposes. So yeah. And then right next to the finances folder, we got the mostly unused stuff, or the health stuff. Okay. Then we have the utilities. And this is basically, if you check out some of my other software walkthroughs, you see the Google folder. That's how I set up my utilities folder, with a combination of Google and Apple applications that I use regularly. So you can see that. Okay. Then just below that, we have my music folder, where I put all my music and streaming applications, along with all of my fitness applications, because generally when I'm concentrating on my fitness, I gotta have a good playlist to go along with that. So that's why I put my fitness and my music applications together. Okay. Then we got the weather app. I'm not gonna open that. Okay, y'all know how the weather app looks. Then we got the Galaxy Buds application. Okay. Then we got my Casa Smart Lights application. Then we got my productivity application. So pretty much all the applications that I use to make thumbnails and produce videos, all right here. Well, the minimal amount, because my iPhone XR doesn't have a lot of storage on it, so I had to strip it down to the bare minimum. Then my shopping applications. And then my entertainment applications. So YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, Patreon, Roku, and then my favorite movie theater of choice, NCG Cinema. All right, I like to go out to the movies. I'm a big movie buff. I like a lot of music, along with tech and fitness. Yeah, I'm a simple guy. And then after that, I got some widgets here that I use on a daily basis, right? So we have my battery widget. Now, what's neat about the battery widget for iOS is that when you connect the device, it automatically populates the widget. So if I connect Bluetooth headphones, a Bluetooth speaker, that will get populated alongside the battery for my device. So you can see my device is at 98%. Then I have my Google Fit widget, or Google Health widget, which tells me my steps for every day of the week. I like that. It keeps me motivated. Gotta have that up front and center. Okay. And then down here, we got the general applications. We all know the general applications, messaging applications, browsers, and then camera and photography. And this is all adjustable here. I'm going to show y'all how to adjust this. I just want y'all to see my layout. So if we swipe to the right, You can see on my other home screen, I just have a big widget that tells me my screen on time and my most used applications. Now, if I keep swiping to the right, you can see we get into Apple's version of an app drawer. So you can see all of my applications are in app drawers or folders. And you can see what applications are in what folders. Now, if you still want to do an overall search, you just swipe down. And now we got an overall device search here that's alphabetized. So that's really cool. All right. And you can cancel to get out of that, and we can swipe back. Now, you can swipe down on any of your home screens and get into an overall device search here as well. Okay. So you could do that as well. And if we go all the way to the left, this is basically Apple's version of a Google feed. So you can see any relevant content would show up, the weather, some tips, your battery percentage again. And again, you can edit this. Okay, you see that edit button? You can edit this. And you can edit this whole thing as well. So all we got to do to edit is press and hold on the screen. And now you can move your widgets around. All right. You can hit the minus button to get rid of them if you don't want it. Okay. You can get rid of your different folders. You could jump into a folder and then tap on the title to edit it. Or you can get rid of different applications in the folder. You can do a whole bunch of different edits here to kind of get this device laid out the way you want. It doesn't have as much customization as Android, but it's very clean and functional and very straightforward and easy to use. And I think that's the approach that Apple was going for. Okay, so that's how you make folders. That's how you label them. If you want to add widgets, you can see when you press and hold up at the top on the right, you got a done button. And on the left, you got an add button or a plus button. And then when you tap it, then you could add your different widgets here. Okay, and you could add your different widgets. All right, so that's how you make folders. That's how you customize your home screens. And that's how you add widgets on iOS 15.2. All right, now let's keep it moving here. So now let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into the settings so y'all can know where certain things are. And again, this is one of the things that I like about iOS. The settings is very clean and very straightforward. Now, again, you have an overall settings search. If you swipe down, you can see we have the search, the settings up at the top. So you could just type in what you're looking for and it will automatically pop up. So you can see if I start typing like VPN, it automatically pops up with suggestions, so on and so forth. You can also do a voice search with your Siri commands. And then you can see all of this is fairly straightforward. So airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular data, notifications, and you can fully customize how the notifications work on all your applications. So how they show up, how they get presented to you, everything, right? And you can see it's very nicely and neatly laid out for each thing in these submenus in the settings, right? And they have very nice descriptions on everything. So if we jump into focus mode here, you can see I have do not disturb turned on, so y'all don't get a whole bunch of pop-up notifications while I'm recording this, but we get a nice description of what this mode is and what it does, right? And pretty much wherever you go, you get those really nice descriptions. And if we jump into general, this is where you can learn a little bit about your device and check software updates. So if I hit about, and I'm going to gray out the sensitive information here. If I hit about, you can see I am running iOS 15.2. You can see the model of my device, and you can see the storage, right? That's essentially all the important things in here, right? And then if I come out, we can check for software updates. And again, you can see that I'm on the latest version of the iOS software. Okay. All right. But also in here, we can do things like reset certain parts of our device. We can also turn off our device if we don't want to use the button combination to power it off. Now, with your Apple device, there's a few different button combinations you can use. You can press down the volume up and the Siri key or the power key for a few seconds, and you will see the shutdown screen pop up, and you just swipe across to turn off your device. Or you can come in here in the general settings and hit shutdown and power your device off. But this is also where you can factory reset your device. So you can erase all the content on the device altogether and remove your Apple ID and Apple account. Or if we hit reset, you can erase individual parts of the device. So maybe you're trying to fix something. Doing a reset may sometimes fix it. Not always, but most of the time. And that's where you would do it. Okay, let's get out of that. All right. And you can see this is also where you can adjust things like your fonts. Okay, and install font packs. Y'all can see I don't have any in here. You can do keyboard adjustments. Okay, I really don't like the keyboard on this device. So on and so forth. Right? And if we go down, this is also where you can adjust what shows up in your control center or the quick toggles area here that you can access by swiping down from the top left or top right, my mistake. You access that by swiping down on the top right of your device. This gets into your control center or your quick toggles area. And this is where you can customize what shows up there. And if you want to move it around to different parts, you just press and hold on the little hamburger menus, and you can slide it around to the different parts. Okay? And you can see I got a variety of different things I can add, got a variety of different things I could take away. And you can access this control center in almost all parts of your device by clicking off access within applications. If you don't click this off, you can only access it from the home screen. Okay? Now, that is how you access the control center. Okay? And then you can see it's fairly straightforward from here. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that although Bluetooth is straightforward, location, not so much, because they don't have a location setting. They buried the location inside of privacy. Okay? So we got to get into privacy to get access to our location. But you can control all applications that have access to your location, but you got to remember it's inside of the privacy setting. Okay? And then the rest of this, y'all, is pretty much self-explanatory, and you got those individual settings for all applications on your device, and all you have to do is tap on it to get in here, and you can see what you can control with it. Okay? And you can see what it accesses, and you can turn off access or allow access from here. Okay? Now, another thing I want to show y'all is that if you swipe down on the left, this is how you access your notification center. Okay? So essentially the way I like to look at it is if I want to access my quick toggles, I swipe down from the right. If I want to access my notifications, I swipe down from the left. Okay? That's how it works on iOS. And then if you want to clear a notification, you can clear all by hitting the X at the top, and it will clear out the most recent. Okay? So if I hit clear, it's going to clear it out. All right? Those were all old. But that's how you interact with your notification center. And the notification center is also where you have access to your flashlight with a press and hold, and access to your camera with a swipe or a press and hold. All right, I went over the camera accessibilities in the camera review, but you also have access to it in your notification shade. All right. All right. So that essentially goes over the core components of the iOS settings. All right. Now let's go over just some general navigations. So in iOS, it's pretty much all gesture based. Right. So you swipe up to go home. You swipe left or right to go back. if it's supported inside of an application. If it's not supported inside of an application, when you jump in and you go into a subsetting, like let's go into screen on time. When you're inside of an application or a setting that's not supporting the back gesture, you can see that back arrow up at the top left. And if we want to go back, we just tap on that. Or if we want to go home, we just swipe up to go home. All right? Very basic, very general navigations, very easy to get used to. Now, if we want to shrink the screen, we could just, I believe it's to swipe down and hold for a second, and it will bring down your reachability. And that way, if you're having trouble reaching something and you don't want to reach all the way to the top, that's how reachability works. But you can see if we swipe up and hold, this brings us into our recent application screen. And you can see we don't have a clear all button here like we do on Android. But if we want to clear something, we could just swipe it down or swipe it up, and it's cleared out of the memory. All right, that's how that works. Okay. And essentially, guys and gals, I do believe that goes over all of these software or all the basic software on your iOS device and how you can get to certain things. So we're going to go ahead and cut this here. As always, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. I hope y'all found it helpful. And I hope everyone is staying safe out there. And have a great day, everybody. All right. I will catch you guys and gals in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. We are out of here. Peace.